So now that we got our character drawn out, I'm going to go in and tidy up everything. So I want to go in and fix all the layers. I want to have a look at my character and just make sure there's nothing that I want to change before I start adding bones and stuff. So I think the first thing I do want to change is the nose. I think I'm going to split it and have it in two parts instead, rather than have it in one single piece. Just let me duplicate this layer quickly, and I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna do a line from here to there and connect it to this one. I'm just gonna do the same. I'm just gonna delete. Oops. Delete this point here. I'm just gonna recreate the shape now. So click on that and create shape. Just do one color. Make that color. I'll do the same for the other side. So I'm just going to add a few more points. I'm going to add one here. That should be enough. Now hide those edges. I'm just going to bring these back in, and this had like a I'm just going to use my line width tool just to bring these in a touch. So I think I'm going to add just 2 more points. So one there. Alright, that should do it. So I'm going to grab this nose and just cut and paste it so that it comes back above. Okay, so now we've got that out of the way. I'm just going to add one more point here. Now, I would look at the air possibly. I mean, we could start adding some detail and some color. So possibly we can go to the air and I don't know, maybe put shading on this. Just bring it down a bit. And do it for the other air. So we'll copy this. Oops. The detail. And I'm going to just change the angle to that side. From the mouth here, I don't know what's going on there with the nose, but I'm going to I'm just going to add a bit more detail. I'm 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 going to add a b I'm gonna hide this one. Okay, so I'll just delete this, so I'll keep it in for now. So in the last video I spoke about I needed to import some assets for our mouth, so I'm just gonna do those now. I'm gonna go to import Moho object. I've got something called animal teeth. I'm just gonna import all of these layers into our mouth folder. I think these are probably might need to be resized, I'm not sure yet. Possibly a little bit, so I'm just gonna really try and resize them a little bit. Maybe just something like that. Yeah, that should do it. So what I want to do, I'm going to remove the nose so I can see what's going on here. And if I remove our top teeth, I want our bottom teeth to fit within here. So that should be okay. The tongue, I want that to be here. I could just make this a bit smaller. That could sit there, and then our top teeth can sit there. And if we put our nose back, yeah, that's exactly what we want. So now what I want to do is mask our mouth folder. But I don't want to have our bottom layer, which is our mouth, as the mask. I want to have this, our inner. So I'm just going to double click on our mouth layer, click masking and click hide all. I'm going to go to our mouth. I'm going to click don't mask this layer. And our inner, I'm going to make this and add this to the mask and exclude the strokes. So now what we have, if I move the nose, we have our bottom teeth masked within the bottom, the inner of the mouth. And I don't want my top teeth to be masked, so I'm gonna double click on this and don't mask this layer. So we should have this now. And if I put our nose back and go to our inner lip, that's our mouth complete. I'm going to mask the ears also. So if I just click this, double click this, click on masking and hide all. Apply, and if I find the ear, I want to exclude the strokes on this. And do the same to the other ear. Just hide it, click on the ear and exclude the strokes. So now this is now masked within the ear, and if it was to come out, it's no longer visible. Okay, what else could we do? I mean, we could play with the line width, but I'm not going to do that. Not right now anyway. I'm probably going to just start adding the bones now. And so I'm going to select all of these. And I'm going to click this tab, new layer, and I'm going to group with selection. I'm just going to rename it head. I'm going to right click and convert it to a bone. So rename this one head as well. Yeah, we could just start adding some bones now. So the first bone I usually add it's going to be a bone that comes from the bottom of the head. You could just go up all the way here, I guess. And I've got a guide which tells me where the center of the head is, so I'm actually going to delete this bone because I want everything to run from the center. So I'm just going to add another bone running along this line to about here. And then I'm going to add a bone or a couple bones for the ears. So from the center of our head, I'm just going to add one bone here for our left ear, and I'm going to add another bone for our other ear. I'm just going to add a few more bones for we do one for the whiskers. Make that a bit longer. And then we just add some bones for the individual parts. Maybe this one here. If I remember correctly, there should be this hanging out here. So I'm going to add one for this one too. Why not? And just do the same for the other side. So lead you around there. Leave that one. Okay, so that's the head done, and we could add some bones for. Okay, I'm going to need to do one more actually before I forget. So I'm going to add a bone for our lower mouth. I'm not quite sure where to put it. Should I put it here? I'm going to put that one there. And then I'll maybe do some bones for eyebrows, maybe. Okay, we'll do some for the hair as well. So, 1, 2. And I'm going to do one for both of those. Alright, so this is our head rigged up. Looks a bit strange. You'll see the reasons why I've got our bones situated like this, and it's so that everything spins and pivots correctly, and I'll show you what I mean later on down the line. I just want to start rigging up this character now. So I'm gonna try and use flexi binding, but whenever I use flexi binding, sometimes it doesn't seem to work, and I have to revert back to point binding. But flexi binding does make it a lot quicker. So we're gonna try that method first, and if it doesn't work, then we will revert back to flexi binding. So what we want to do, actually I need to do some bones for our pupils as well. I need to add 2 more bones quickly. So we're going to have 1 there. So we can just start trying to add all the bones to this now. So I'm going to scrap that. I'm going to do some point binding instead. Takes longer, but you get the same effect. So I'm just going to go to my hair layer, select this bone, bind that to that. And this does take a bit long, but this is something that we have to do. This way I feel I'll get a bit more control over the rig anyway, if I'm honest. So again, I'm going to find one of those and just bind these to that. So that's the hair done. The nose can just be bound to the main bone. So you just bind all of that to that. Same if the brows are going to be bound to their own set bones. So bind that. Just the brows done. The mouth, so the top teeth can just be bound to the main bone, or the bottom teeth to be bound to this jawbone here, or our tongue to be bound to that as well. The inner mouth, so I want if I was to select, I think I might want to add a couple more points to that before I go any further. Add one there. Okay. So I'm going to bind select that bone on above all of these points to that, but the top points, top 3 ones are bound to the main head bone. The same with the mouth. I'm going to add a few more points or in there. Maybe that's too much now. Yeah. These to that. So I'm gonna think, and these three, so that the air. Down to this bone here, and the tip down to that. Do the same for the detail. So be bound to that part. This could be bound to that. The eyes. So the main eye could just be bind the layer to this, and the pupil and bind to this. Same for the other eye. The eye patch can just be bound to this. And then we move on to the fur. So again, this is going to be a bit fiddly, but you want to bind all of it. That. Bind them. Yeah, so just start binding the rest of it. Okay, put that one on this one. That. This one. Right. So that should be that side done. I'm just going to go and repeat the process on the other side. So I'm going to bind all of these to that first. This should be it now. I'm trying to think if I need a few more points, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to start adding points just for the sake of it. Just a little bit of string here gets its own set of bones. And finally, we'll just find all of these. Okay. Last but not least, we'll just bind the head to the main bone. So that should be our head all rigged up, hopefully. Just go and check the bones. Okay, the left ear, the right ear. Did I not? So this one here. Yeah. Hopefully this one's done okay. I want to fix that one. That's what we want. And the reason why, again, we've got these bones here now, is so that the air can move in a perfect circle around the face. We've got the whiskers and everything can just move exactly on the face and everything fits seamlessly. So we can, well, what is going on with this one there? Okay. So you can see now we can start getting different looks with our cat just by moving these bones within its face. So yeah, that's the rigging side done. Hopefully it's going to check all the whiskers and make sure that they're all bound as well. Yep. Alright, great. Coming along. So now we just want to go in and add some smart bone actions. Just to make sure that we're moving forward at a nice pace. So, actually, I've changed my mind again. What I want to do is I want to add another bone to this and to this. So, we're first going to just going to shrink this in a little bit. I'm going to add another bone from the end just to about here. And I want to reparent these bones to this. I wonder if I can do them all at once. Great, can. So I'm going to take the strength down of this bone. And I'm just going to do the same to the other side. So just shorten this a bit. Another bone and reparent these ones. So this. So what this does, it just gives us an extra added bit of movement for the sake of 2 bones in 1 minute. And what it does is it allows us to now rotate the hair up, and we can now do this. So, okay, that's the face. So I don't think there's anything else I want to add. I'm going to neaten up the top teeth because that's sticking out. Maybe add just a little bit more detail, and I possibly might add a few styles. So if I go to the ear, I think I might add the shading to these as well. Do that to it, and see. Should we do the same for the ear? So I'm going to click advance. I'm going to add a second effect. Take this down to 0. Take this to 2. Maybe do that. And then we do it for the other end as well. Just see how it looks. That's fine. Maybe we can make a style as well. So just to get that out of the way, I'm gonna call this cat fur. Cat fur, and yeah, do. There's another one called cat fur 2. That's fine, and do one more. Call this one eye patch. Alright, so just very quickly, I'm just gonna styles panel disappear too. I'm gonna make this cat fur. The nose can be cat fur too. Cat fur. What else is there? Nothing. Well, that should be it. I think we just need to do the two furs on the face, so I'll find them. Just make it. And the last one. So just to test it. Now just change the color of all the vocal components in one go. Alright, that's great. When it comes to that. So now this rig is pretty much complete, and as I said, you can go in and neaten up the lines and probably thicken them a bit. I think it's a bit thin. If I just check this, make sure that this is working okay. Yeah. Alright, so the next video we're going to look at adding the smart bone actions and some body turns to our rig.